Club Festival is back, baby! I am so excited, and for newer players, there's just a lot to go over, so I wanted to do a recap video of how Club Festival works, and I also wanted to do it for returning players because this is only the second Club Festival we have ever had, and honestly, between the last Club Festival and this one, I kind of forgot how it works, so I had to think about it and figure it out. So we're going to go over the rankings and the rewards that you can get, as well as how Club Festival just functions in general and how to get a high score on day one. As you can see, I am the #1 contributor in my club as of right now, breaking 200,000 damage, and let me tell you, that is no easy feat because all of the enemies have evasion and it's super annoying. So first off, for Club Festival, you can see that I am on the EX stage if you look down on the bottom right here, and before you can take on the EX stage, you have to make it through 10 stages. Now, some people, if their battle power is high enough, are able to skip all 10 stages, and you do not have to worry about doing those. If your battle power is lower, meaning you are probably a newer player to the game, then you are going to have to work your way through those 10 stages, and you might not even be able to make it to the EX stage, which is fine, but you do want to at least climb through those 10 stages because you will get raffle tickets for this raffle exchange, and in this raffle exchange there is a lot of good things like hero gems, SR limit break tickets, and silver tickets. All of these things are really helpful, as well as helmets and memory break items, as well as pieces. Like, this is a really good lineup of items, and that's for lineup 1 through 5, and then you got 6 through 12 here, and it's all just really good stuff, honestly. So you want to make sure you are making your way through Club Festival, at least levels 1 through 10, and then once you get through that, if you have been around in the game for a while, then you begin the actual Club Festival content. Okay, now Club Festival is really important for you to score high, for you to do your tries daily to help your club, because if you don't do well, your club doesn't do well. So let's go ahead and take a look at rankings, and I'll kind of explain how these work. So you have club rankings, which are right here. So as you can see, Kazaku, I'm saying it wrong, but they were in first last time, and they are in first this time. Ultra L is in second, Top Club is in third, League of Simps is in fourth, Yuzakuru Izubun is in fifth, The Infamous is in sixth, Hawks Agency is in seventh, and Copium is in eighth, and there is the Greats, my club, at ninth. Now, not all 30 members have tried in my club at this point, and like, for example, the club above me, Copium, is really going to struggle to stay in the top ranks because they only have 29 members, and every single member contributing matters. Okay, so when I go over to the contribution tab, you can see who has contributed for the day. So you can see I've contributed, Chris has contributed, the Legend has contributed, and all these people, so on and so forth, and you can see their scores that they've contributed. Now, if you're in a club, you're a leader of a club, I highly recommend, if you see someone who has a score of like 100,000 like this, that's still actually pretty decent because this is really hard, honestly, this Club Festival first day. But if you see someone with a low score that you think you can help bring their score up, I highly recommend that you ask to see their memories, their characters, their boxes, kind of help them build a team that's going to help them score high, because the higher they score, the more it's going to help the club. Now, why do you want to help the club? Well, if you go to the rewards tab, you can see that for scoring #1 as a club, you get a title, you get 10 silver tickets, and then all of these helmets and stuff that are all really good. Same thing for second place and third place, fourth, fifth. Like, as it goes down, you get a few less silver tickets and a few less things, but you still get really good rewards as a club for working together every day. Additionally, that is all time rewards. We are getting daily rewards. So the daily rewards for being in first, second, third, fourth, whatever place you're in, right, you'll get that amount of hero gems. So you want to make sure each day you are as high as you can be as a club, so that you can get the most hero gems possible that you want to get. There are also, besides club rewards, individual rewards. So if you are an individual contributor, out of everybody in every club. So if you're in the top 30, you will get 1,000 hero gems. If you're in the top 90, meaning you have contributed the most out of 90, like you're the top 90 people out of everybody that plays the game on the global side of the game, then you'll get 800 hero gems. And then from 91 to 300 is 700 hero gems. And then this is where I put it most obtainable for most people. From 300th place to 900th place, you are still getting 600 hero gems. So you want to make sure individually you are competing every single day. That way you can get these free hero gems, because that is at least one free multi just for competing in Club Festival, which I would say is very, very generous. And then for the amount of days on Club Festival, there are 10 days total available in Club Festival, and each of those days the enemies will change. So the enemies on day 1, like I'm about to show you guys, are not going to be the same on day 2. So the strategy that I show you for day 1 is not necessarily going to work for day 2. So keep that in mind as you guys are going through Club Festival. Now, with all that said, I'm going to show you guys a team that worked for me. It got me a decent score. It was my first team that I ran, but I'm not going to show you my 200,000 scoring team just yet. Maybe I'll drop it in like the Discord at some point or something like that. So if you aren't already in my Discord, go join that. But yeah, so let me show you guys a team that could at least get you a somewhat decent score on the first day of Club Festival. Okay, so this is the team I used on my very first run. It got me 145,000, and that's a pretty, I would say that's a somewhat respectable score for your first run. Now, the idea behind this team was to use speed from the characters so that I don't have to use speed on the memories. Yeah, Yorozu gives speed, Endeavor gives speed, Compress does speed down, and then the memory on Compress gives crit rate to the whole team, and the memory on Endeavor gives him crit, skill impact, and power, a bunch of things that are going to be super, super helpful when it comes to doing extra damage, right? Now, I did have this speed memory on Yorozu, but honestly, I think they have enough speed the way it is, so I'm going to switch that out for a crit memory. Let's see. It doesn't really matter which crit memory. We'll go this crit memory here. So we'll do that crit memory, and let's go ahead and hop in and see how much damage we can do and how far we can get and what type of score we get. There is a bunch of buffs, as you can see right there. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the advanced planning capabilities, but you can target this, just so you guys know. It says you can cancel the status elements of a single ally, increase their max HP by 35% for 3 turns, power by 35% for 3 turns, and critical hit rate by 35% for 3 turns. Also increases characters plus ultra gauge by 20%. We're going to target Endeavor with that way he gets the extra power and critical hit rate. And then we're going to go ahead and use Endeavor's Flame Burst, right? And then we're going to use Compress's Release Illusion to try and bind them. Now, sometimes if the bind hits right, it can make it very easy for you. Sometimes the bind doesn't hit right, and it's hard because you have to deal with all the evasion. Today's Club Festival team is particularly challenging because of the evasion and having to deal with it. So you can see Endeavor got the bust right there. We did land a bind on Shigaraki, which I would say is probably one of the most important people to land the bind on, because he can fear your team and also because he gets evasions like a mother. Mirio is a little bit annoying as well because he can confuse, but I mean, personally, I think Shigaraki is the most annoying. All right, so you can see we have speed advantage. Uraraka is going to give evasion to the whole team though during this turn, which is going to be annoying. We're making sure we're keeping Compress at the end of the chain. Look at all that damage from Endeavor. It's beautiful. But we're keeping Compress at the end of the chain for the critical hit rate up for all of our allies. Alright, so you can see that Mirio does not have evasion because our auto attacks got rid of his evasion. Shigaraki still has evasion, and Uraraka still has evasion. Now Mirio will draw aggro, as you can see. And so that's why I recommend you do not target Mirio on day 1, other than when he forces you to. Focus one of the other 2 characters. My personal preference is Shigaraki. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use all of our plus ultras here. 99,000 from Endeavor, 72,000 from Yorozu, and a bind from Compress. Now, Compress's damage, obviously not anything like super crazy, right? But that bind is super helpful. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do this. The 2 outer characters are going to avoid damage, so this is why the evasion is super annoying with this particular team, especially if you aren't just landing consistent binds. Now, I will tell you, there is a way to get around the evasion. There are characters that can do it, but I'll leave that up to you guys to try to, you know, figure out which characters can get around the evasion and do the most amount of damage possible. All right, so we'll go like this. Oh, and I almost forgot. Make sure when you use Yayorozu's ability, if you are using her, you are targeting Endeavor. That way he gets the buffs. Ooh, and we got a nice little bind on Uraraka. Love to see that. Honestly, that's perfect for us. Okay, we'll go ahead, and this time I'm actually going to use Compress's ability on himself, give him a chance to hide so he can heal up a little bit. Big damage where we were able to hit all 3 of them. That's good, right? Now, while we're hitting decent damage, I will say we're not going to hit nearly as much damage using a green character and a blue character as you could using a red and purple character, if that gives you guys any hints towards what characters you need to be using. All right, we did get the bind there. That's nice. But as you can see, we missed a lot of damage because of the evasions, which is just the way it is, unfortunately. All right, go ahead and use that on Endeavor, and we just repeat. Now, the nice thing about this team, too, is I don't have to worry about having action skill cooldown time memories like a lot of other teams are going to have, and that's because Compress does cooldown, and so does Yayorozu. So, yeah, it's just every 3 turns I'm getting action skills, which is one nice thing that this team does have going for it. All right, we'll go ahead and we're gonna. They all have evasion, which is annoying. So, right, we'll just go ahead and get rid of their evasion. Now, if this Endeavor had a bullseye, that'd be so tasty, right? That'd be insane. But unfortunately, he does not. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna target Uraraka because Shigaraki has evasion. I think this is the move for Mirio. It's going to draw aggro anyways, though, so that's going to suck. Okay, it wasn't. Okay, I thought it was, but it wasn't. We're good. All right, so we're getting good damage in on our Uraraka there. Okay, beautiful. All right, and we'll go like this once again. Can't forget to do Endeavor. Let's hope we get a bind. Especially on Mirio, because Mirio is going to draw our aggro. He resisted it. Of course he did. Alright, well, it's fine. It is what it is. We're on turn 11. We should be able to do damage to all of them right here. Oh, good damage. Good damage. Okay, now here's the problem with this team still. Once again, you can see all of them are still very much in the green. There are teams that can get them into the yellow, okay? So I'll tell you that right now. But if you want a consistent team that's going to keep you alive and let you at least get above 100,000, here's the team for you. All right, let's go ahead and use our plus ultras here. $99,000. 61,000, we'll take it. Wish it was a crit, but it wasn't. 87,000 from Compress that time around, okay. Solid. Turn 13. Use this on Endeavor, boom, boom. Did not get a bind again. So yeah, this team is very reliant on the binds to help you get around the evasions when they don't land, and they don't land that frequently. It makes it hard to do damage. Alright, and that is going to be the end of our run here. Let's see what our overall score is. I feel like we did okay on damage. Like, it's not anything too crazy, but yeah, 148,000. Like, I know that's got to be higher than maybe some of you guys have been having. So that hopefully kind of gives you an idea of where to go. And once again, I would just, my little tidbits of advice, I don't recommend personally using green and blue characters. Use the recommended purple and red characters, and there are definitely characters that can get around evasion, is my other hint to you guys. So yeah, do with that what you will. Hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit, and let's go have some more fun in Club Festival over the next few days. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.